Good morning, everybody. Arend here with beautiful Anneesa. We got up early this morning. We had to get registration done. This is a continued bone of contention for me. We have to be registered here at a physical address, which in some ways is fairly normal, but it's a real process and just a pain. It's an outdated old system that really needs some work. So we have lived at the same apartment for 13 months. We are now working on registering ourselves there for the 5th time. 6th? 5th? 5, yeah, it's been 5. This is the 5th time we're registering at the exact same address, same family. Our status has changed. Originally we were on a tourist visa, then we had asylum, and now that we have temporary residency, we need to update that basically. The one time I went to the hospital, so they scrapped my registration at the apartment and re-registered me at the hospital for 2 days, and then we have to go back here and do it again. Now each time it takes about 4 or 5 hours to do. That is assuming everything goes well. I talked to a lot of immigrants. I just talked to one now who's been here for 5 years from India. Same problems, and it can take hours to get this done. The lady at the hospital's like, oh, it's no big deal, just go and do it again, it's easy. If you miss one thing on the form, if one thing's not filled in properly, then the whole thing's thrown out. They can't just fix it there. The whole thing's thrown out and you have to come over and come again. They're only open from, let's see here, 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. So you have to make your appointment the day before and then hope you get in before 1 o'clock. If the time drags on, then come back again the next day. So to save time and to make things a little bit more efficient, Alexa, who helps us with all this, there's another agency around the corner. We get them to fill in all the forms for us, and so to make sure there's no mistakes. So every time we've only had to go once, I believe, to get everything done. No, the last time we had to go twice as well. There was some other document that was missing. So that costs a bit of money. So essentially we are now, this is the 5th time we're registering at the exact same address, exact same family, and it's cost us 30,000 rubles. And if I calculate 4 or 5 hours each time, then it's taken 20 to 25 hours of time to register. We're still at the same address. That's how ridiculous it is. Yesterday, they tried to register us. Well, it turns out now either laws have changed or because of our immigration status, I'm not clear, but we had to physically be present this time to sign something. So we came along, not a big deal, but yesterday he spent time trying to get it done. Now today we were in there again trying to get it done. Apparently now we find out there's some form that was missing. So today was a waste of time. We spent 2 hours there. Now tomorrow, hopefully this afternoon, we'll have those other forms, whatever it is needed, and we'll try again tomorrow, wait in line and try again to get registered. And again, I want to emphasize it's still the same family and the exact same address. Nothing has changed. Literally, our registration was still good for another 6 months. All they had to do in the computer is just change status from asylum to temporary residence, you know, which I think should take one click on a computer and be done. It's just so, if there's something I could change, registration would be a big one. Hopefully something, I'm really hopeful something will get addressed. I do know that this area, and it's another reason why I'm very happy and very glad to be in the Nizhny Novgorod region, because the governor here and the government here, and they know, and they say, you know, that they want to change stuff. They want to make things simpler, and there is initiatives in place to do that. Of course, that's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It's going to take time as they transition into something, hopefully, that works and functions better than this. But currently, it is an absolute, just terrible system. We have got a surprise for you, don't we? I got gray hair.
It's not much of a surprise.
I got gray hair. Ah, it's not a surprise. Pardon?
It's not much of a surprise.
how much is surprised.
Because all of you were the reason that we're doing it.
Yes, this is true. Look what we got. This is your hint. That's the back. Let's try that again. There's the front. See it? I think we're right. It's in English. Yes, it says puppy food. We are on our way to go get a new little puppy. And big thanks to our Boosty members who helped us fundraise for the dog as well. So we left behind, we've had many dogs over the years, but prior to moving we had 3 little doggies. And we rehomed one, hoping to take 2 with us. And those 2 are very, very dear to us. And then one of those we decided, okay, this is going to be too much of a hassle to move. Well, you know all the uncertainties and everything we've gone through. So we decided to rehome the big guy, our Frenchie, and we just kept Maya. We took her with all the way through the States, and then our motorhome broke while we were down in the States. This is all on our channel if you want to see the videos. And while we were down there, we met a lovely family with nice children, and we figured we were going to have to basically backpack it back to Canada because our motorhome blew. So we rehomed our Maya, our last dog, while we were in the United States. She now lives in New Mexico, right?
Yes,
in New Mexico. And so since then, we've obviously wanted a new dog, but you know, with all the change and everything going on, it hasn't been suitable. We now have purchased a dog. We are on our way to go get her, and then we will bring her home and surprise the children. They already know we got a dog, but anyway, they'll still be surprised to see her, I'm sure. So looking forward to that. We're very close by. I think 3 minutes. It says 3 minutes. We'll get it. Don't think we'll film inside. Probably not a lot anyway, because we're not. I didn't ask them, but we'll show you lots of the dogs soon enough. Okay, we picked up the vicious guard dog. This thing is massive, and we'll probably eat everything.
She's the cutest thing ever.
Cute little dog.
She's so sweet.
So, little baby girl. It is a French bulldog.
She's so scared.
And we absolutely fell in love with this breed. This so, like, one of the greatest dogs we ever owned was Dawson. He was also a French bulldog, but he was white colored. Very cute. Cute little dog. So, no, this is not a guard dog. This is an inside dog. It's more of a pet than anything else, but it'll be fun. Although they are good mousers. They will be good for that. Definitely not going to be protecting any sheep or chickens. Hey.
She's all cold.
But yeah, one of the greatest dogs we ever owned, just temperament-wise. I mean, we've had some amazing dogs. Chocolate Labs. We've always been fans of those Labrador Retrievers. But Dawson was by far the most docile. He would just come sit on your feet. He never barked or made a fuss. He was just a good, loyal, nice dog. So hopefully this one will be the same. We have not picked a name yet, but we will get to that soon enough. Some troubles getting the keys in. I will take the dog so she can go ahead and drive, and we will bring it home and show the kids. Fits right in my coat. Say hi.
She's so sweet.
She's a little scared yet, I think.
It'll be quite the culture shock.
Wait till you go home. We got 8 little kids running around.
Oh, that's a noise.
What are you gonna think of that? Huh?
Lots of noises.
Cutie. A great big massive thank you to all of our loyal Boosty subscribers in helping to fundraise for this little puppy. No name yet, but we will work on that soon enough. A cute little French bulldog to add to the family. Big thank you from to all of you. On our way home, got to stop in at Limana Pro for some wooden dowels Wes needs for some birdhouses. But just noticed they finished the new renos. So we got a brand new sign here that used to say Leroy Merlin, or if you're American and Canadian, Leroy Merlin. Anyway, looks nice, brand new, all outfitted. Now we have to take the puppy with us, so we're going in the store with the little doggy. The doggy that has no name. By the time you see this, it might have a name. Anyway, same great store, just updated with the new name, Limana Pro everywhere. Almost everywhere. It might be still somewhere. Who knows? You can barely see me. I was going to go check the chickens, but you can hardly see me. I don't know if you'll be able to see the chickens. Alright, here we go. There they are. Got some red beets for dinner, looks like. Alright, tomorrow I'm going to finish up the perches. This is nice and warm in here still. Tomorrow I'll finish up the perches and the egg laying boxes. And there'll be a happy bunch of birds. Dog survived the night. Hey, Pooch. Oh, we're going to eat your food. Come here. Hey, dog.
Why not you and the rest of us sit down?
She whined for most of the night, whining and a little barking. She was lonely, I think, but it takes a little bit of time. So what we typically do with a dog is crate training. There's her crate, her bed. So the idea with that, if you're not familiar with the dogs, is you start them off in a smaller area. They do not like to make a mess of their area. Poop or pee, basically. So you give them a small enough area, and slowly but surely you increase that, and eventually she can have the run of the whole house. But that's how you potty train a dog. And so she did really well. She had no mess last night. It's actually the crate's a bit too big, but I was kind of suspecting this morning maybe there'd be a mess, but nothing this morning, and we let her out. She did her business outside, so very, very good. It was pretty noisy for most of the night. You like it? Nice puppy, eh? Nice puppy. Pardon? Eating and some water? Having a drink. Very cute. Good morning, everybody. I know some of you think that's annoying, but that's okay. All right, chickens this morning. They all scattered to the other side. A couple of goofy looking ones in here. So I was told they were all going to be kind of like this one, but different variations of that one. And this looks more like a barnyard mix. I don't know. Not sure if I'm too super happy with these, but we'll see. As long as they lay eggs, it doesn't really matter. You fed them some bread? Mm-hmm. There you go. They'll be happy. Looks like the roosters are fighting, eh? There's some blood on the wall. Hey, we'll get our perches and stuff made, and they'll be happy. We've got a bunch of stuff here. Cheap bread. Now, if you've been following our channel for a long time, you would know back in Ontario, we used to get a lot of scraps from, what do you want to call the place? It's a guy who got a lot of stuff from grocery stores. When it was getting close to out of date, they'd get rid of it all. He would get tractor trailer loads full of stuff. Whoa, slippery. And he would give it to people. People would line up and they could go and get free food, basically. And then after, I mean, he constantly gets more trucks, and he has to get rid of it eventually as well. So when it starts to get even more out of date, they bring it all to the landfill, to the dump. And I was like, well, that seems like a waste. Plus, he had to pay $500 for a trailer. Well, a 16-foot trailer, he'd pay $500 to get rid of it to the dump. So I would bring my 16-foot trailer, and we would load it full, and I'd bring it home to the farm, feed it to the pigs and the cows and the chickens. And I mean, go back on the footage, on the videos back on our last farm. It's crazy. We'd have skids full of tomatoes, skids full of cucumbers, skids full of potatoes, skids full of carrots, bread, not too often, but sometimes bread. We'd have skids with bags full of like cookie crumbs and oatmeal mixes. What else? I had several trailers full of bagged milk. What else? Grain for yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It was perfect chicken feed. It was cracked wheat, basically. But it was getting close to its expiry date, I guess, and we hauled it all off to the farm. So that was pretty cool to have that. Maybe I could set something up like that here with grocery stores. I don't know. I mean, it's no point going all to the landfill. It's just a waste. When you could feed it to a pig or a chicken, they'll make use of it. All right, we're back at the registration office again. We are 2 hours and counting. I think we have all the papers in order this time, and they are busy processing, but it's of course a long process because we have 10 to do, not just one. So if you're coming here and you're just by yourself, it won't take you nearly as long as it does with us with 10 kids, of course. But that's 3 trips to make it work this time. I still think it's an absolutely ridiculous system, and I don't think I could ever have figured this out by myself, ever. So again, for you foreigners, if you're coming, you're going to need help to get all this stuff figured out. This is the 5th time we're being registered. Most times took, well, obviously at least 1 trip, but I think most of them took 2 trips. just to get everything right. This is the third trip for this time registering. We are now good for 2 years. I believe there'll be a stamp in our passport that shows that we're registered, and that's a 2-year thing. But what I'm just trying to tell you is that it's a pain. It's a really dumb system. I think pretty well everybody would agree. It's I think it's a good idea to have people registered so you don't lose immigrants like they do in other countries and have illegals running all over the place. But it's an outdated, dumb system. Like 5th time registering, same family, same apartment, nothing's changed. It should be a click of a mouse on the screen, and it's not. Now, if you're coming, I don't think you'll be able to figure it out on your own because it's just too complicated. And I hear stories from people all the time that are having issues, and they have done it on their own and have been fighting this constantly. And that's where I encourage you to find a good lawyer or a good immigration team. And Nizhny Novgorod has that. Through Oka Agency, if you're coming here, they can help you with all this kind of stuff and make it a lot easier for you. And also coming to Nizhny Novgorod, I think you'll have much better success because they also are aware of a lot of the problems and they're trying to solve them. They are actively talking to immigrants saying, hey, what kind of problems are you facing? What can I do to make it easier? And what can we change? And so those are kind of progressive steps we see here in Nizhny Novgorod that I have not heard of anywhere else. And I've talked to immigrants that are in different regions and they're all facing these same problems. But I'm telling you that at least here you'll receive some assistance and you'll have a government that's more understanding and willing to help make the whole process smoother. So just an encouragement to you.
So yeah, I think if they would explain what exactly there is they're doing, maybe that would help. But in my mind, literally it's the same family, same address, nothing's changed. All you have to do is change status from asylum to temporary residency. Like I said, it should be a click of the mouse, hit print, done. So I understand the need to keep track of immigrants. I actually think that is great because many countries face illegal immigration and have a lot of problems with it. But they still have those problems here too, so I don't really understand the whole thing. It is the way it is. I understand that. It's the way it is. You come here, that's what you got to deal with. And that's why I said it is wise to go to an area where they will be more helpful to you, and also wise to either get a good immigration lawyer or work through an agency like Oka that can help you navigate a lot of this different kinds of stuff. Now in this case, this is homeowner and us. But still, it can help and take some of the pressure off. Of course, if our status changes again in the time, then we'll have to do it again. And if we move, we'd have to do it again. And if we, because our Canadian passports will also expire, some of them, so we'll have to get those renewed. So then we would have to do it again. But short of all those things, we're now good for 1 year. The thing that is amusing is even though everybody thinks it's a dumb system, I do find a lot of people are probably going to be in the comments here that defend it. Dumb system. It's like if you say something negative about it, then people get their back against the wall and they feel the urge to defend it, even though it's dumb. There are other systems out there, and there are other ways of doing it. And actually, we were already told that there is new things being implemented. It just takes time. They are updating the system where it will be more electronic, and it's going to be more of an all-in-one. So obviously somebody's already thinking, and they're already working towards that goal right now. It just takes time to get to that point. You need to think about that if you're planning on moving here, that doing it on your own will be a real pain. You're going to need help to figure it out. There's literally no way that I could have accomplished this on my own. I just can't. I can't fathom how any of this. This is just a really strange system. So I urge you to seek help.
I am still absolutely blown away by the medical care around here. It's just awesome how fast you can get in to see somebody and get something done. I took some of my MRI results to the chiropractor because he's got a different approach. And I really like the guy, and he took a look at some stuff and recommended some stuff. Right away went downstairs, got it done. So I have a shot of dexamethasone they put right in the joint in my shoulder, and he's pretty sure that's going to fix that up. So we'll find out, I guess. Hopefully it helps. But just amazing how fast it can be. Medical care everywhere should be like this. It shouldn't be complicated as it is in other places. And to just be able to talk. I have his phone number now. He wants me to follow up with him in about 7 days. Shoot him a text and tell him how it's going. No doctors do that. Until we went to Georgia, I had never heard of a doctor giving, sorry, I'm trying to get my buckle on here. Never heard of a doctor giving a phone number out so you can contact them and follow up. And Yeah, just hands down, so much better care around here.
I saw her up on the hill, excited, on her way to the